guys. I'm sorry I've not been posting lately. Just been doing a couple things, you know what I mean? Just a couple of things. But I have a question for you guys. What should be my 300 special? Because we already passed 200, and we already passed 300. So, I can make 2 what ifs that are 3 hours long each. How about that? It's up to you choosing. For the guy who still wants me to be betrayed, could you think of something else, please? I'm having a really hard time thinking about it. So, yeah. You can pick anything else. How about that? And I will do the best of my ability to do it. Hold on, let me look at the comment and what it said. And who it was, and I'm going to say the person's name, and if he sees this video, whatever he comments, I'll definitely do. Because that's the only thing fair. So, yeah. And there's one more that I can do 3 hours of. So, yeah, just give me a second. Is Death, or however you pronounce that name. It's ES Death. I'm stupid, so I can't pronounce it. But yeah, if you see this video, pick another one, because the betrayed one is taking me so long to figure out. And I'm not trying to steal anyone's betrayed series at all. I'm trying to make my original idea. It will take a long time for me to think about. But yeah, ES Death, as I can't say it, I'm stupid. Pick another one, and I will do my best to research it and see what will happen. I think this intro is way too long already. So, without further ado, let's start this what if. Okay, so, wait, hold on, before I continue, I'm making this intro so long. This is like what if Naruto was trained by Deidara remastered. Yeah, let's make this 2 hours. And without further ado, let me stop talking about the intro. We see Naruto. We're gonna say Toby made the Katsuki way earlier, I'm pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure the Katsuki wasn't until Naruto was 8. Because Toby was asking Hitachi to be in it. So, yeah, they weren't complete yet. So I'm going to say as soon as Naruto was the age of 4, the Katsuki would start happening. And a lot of people would be in it. So Naruto had just been born. All the same stuff happens. Except I'm kind of wanting to give Naruto the full 9 tails. Because Kushina had the full 9 tails. So I'm going to be giving Naruto the full 9 tails. Just because I don't want to do something that I'm probably going to do earlier or whatever. So, yeah. We see a young boy as he's crying. The third Hokage comes and sees a letter for him. That was right beside the baby boy. As it read, "Hiruzen, the third Hokage, could you please watch over Naruto?" Now, Hiruzen's obviously not going to do this. So, yeah. And he's just going to give Naruto a house. Which I think is actually pretty messed up. So, yeah. He does pay rent every month, though. Yeah, that is true. Okay. But we do 4-year time skip. Naruto is by the age of 4 right now. Deidara was, Deidara, they weren't in pairs yet because they weren't complete. So they didn't have any pairs yet. Even though there were pairs when they weren't complete and they hired Orochimaru, I'm just making Deidara a loner. How about that? Deidara is a loner right now. No, they got Deidara after they got Itachi. Okay. Well, I'm changing that fact. They got Deidara before Itachi. That's the fact. Okay, so Deidara was in the Akatsuki before Itachi even joined. Because I feel like Deidara would still get wrecked by the Rinnegan either way. So, yeah. We then, see, as Deidara is walking through Konoha, as Deidara was cursing to himself, saying, "Oh, this is so boring. Why do I have to be in here? Her Uchihas are in here. I still hate Genjutsu. It's not perfect art." Then Deidara sees this little boy. He's getting bullied, actually, by 3 younger people, or older people. Okay, they're about in their 20s, okay? 20s. 3 civilians are trying to beat up Naruto. Naruto's trying to run, though. Deidara finds this odd as he jumps in front of Naruto. He then puts his hands in his pouch as he asks, "Why are you bullying this boy?" Okay, let me get into full seriousness. Deidara asked, "Why are you bullying this boy? You are just civilians. He has done no wrong to you." As I'm giving Deidara a really nice heart in this, because I find Deidara funny sometimes. The civilians then ask, "Why are you protecting a demon?" Deidara then says, "I see no qualities of a demon. You see a boy that's scared and running away." As Naruto is hiding behind his cloak. Yeah, cloak. As Deidara then says, "If you don't leave this boy alone, I will use force to attack." As he let off some ki, Deidara, the civilians are backing up as they run away. As Deidara asks, "Boy, why are you running? I mean, why were those civilians trying to hurt you?" He then says in a stutter, "I don't know. They just keep on attacking me, and I can't defend myself. I'm weak." Deidara then, kind of kneels down saying, "How about I train you?" Naruto's eyes were bursting in excitement, or he was bursting in excitement. How about that? You could see in his eyes he was so happy. Deidara then asked, "Could you show me to a hotel?" Naruto said, "Yeah, I should be able to. I've been all around this village." He then walks to a hotel and he says, "Here you go." Deidara then said, "Well, I actually know the layout of this place. So how about you meet me in training ground 14, because it's never used. Training ground 14, because it's never used. And it's deep inside the forest." Nods his head. Wait, hold on. I gotta search something real quick. Okay, so Deidara is basically going to make Naruto into a little Deidara. Because of the fact that Naruto is going to be trained by Deidara for about, say he's 4 right now, 4 years training. Say Naruto learns the Shaolin. Okay, so here's factors I'm going to put in of Naruto's life. Naruto is going to know the Shadow Clone Jutsu, because he is going to, basically see it when he meets the Hokage. The scroll was open by Hiruzen's accident. He had it right beside him. He was making sure everything was still there. As Naruto eyes then went on the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto could read really fast as he read the hand signs of the Shadow Clone. Am I recording? Yeah, I am. He read the hand signs of the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Yes, he did this when he was like 3. Naruto's a smart boy. So, yeah, Naruto is then just looking up at Hiruzen, as Hiruzen says, "Here you go, Naruto," as he gives him this month's money. As Naruto then nods as he leaves. So Naruto knows the Shadow Clone Jutsu, so it'll be 10 times easier to learn anything. Yeah. And these 4 years are going to be perfecting the clay or the explosion release. Yeah. Or, the clay release. I'm going to give him, explosion and then clay. He is basically going to have the same control as Deidara would, because of his shadow clones. As, you know what, this makes it fun for me, because I can make clay into whatever I want, and it's going to be fun. You know what I mean? Like, to put my artistic... Yeah, I'm just stupid, don't worry about me. So, Naruto is now just going to be looking up at Deidara. As Deidara says, "It's been 4 years, Naruto. I've been spreading the word about my group that I'm in. I've been helping you train, and it's been amazing, basically. I'd love to stay more and teach you my ways, make you stronger than me, definitely. Look, you've already mastered my style, and you have better control over the art than I do. I'm surprised, but remember this. Art is an explosion. Remember to say that, because art is beautiful. Beautiful as an explosion. You know what I mean? That's why I say that." Naruto then nods his head, as Naruto then says, "I guess I start the academy today." Deidara then says, "Well, I had pity on you. Just remember, you owe me one. It doesn't have to be a big favor, it could just be a little one, like helping me track down someone or whatever. You just owe me one." As Deidara then left, as Naruto gave Deidara one last hug, as they kind of had this father-son relationship. How about that? Then Deidara left. Naruto was upset for the first couple of days, but he kind of hid that under a mask of just with no emotion right now. Just a mask of it. He has emotion, he just doesn't want to show people. As Naruto is going to not making contact with the Ninetales yet. Yeah. Naruto is also hiding his hands and his pouches, as he has 6 pouches on him, 3 on the sides, as they're kind of heavy, but he deals with it so he can create art and all of that. And he also has the one on his chest. He was taught by Deidara to never let out secrets, or that would be bad. So Naruto always has the option of killing himself, and let's say the blast radius is like a whole entire town. You know how big towns are? Yeah. Even bigger. How about, let's name it the blast radius is half of Konoha, which is humongous. Hold on, let's see how. I'll be right back. The explosion's about 7,000 780 kilometers squared. Not squared, sorry. Square kilometers. So, it's pretty big, right? I'm pretty sure that's, like, really big. Probably find feet, that'd be too much effort for me. Yeah, I'm too lazy to do that. So, then we see 4 years have gone by. Naruto is actually reading about Earth style jutsus. Okay, I'll tell you his chakra natures. He knows that his chakra natures are Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind. Now he's not proficient in lightning. Because if I put him in if I get him good in lightning, I don't know what would happen actually. So he has 4 out of the 5 chakra natures. Because he has the full Kyuubi. Kyuubi? Or Biju, whatever. I'm having trouble this morning. But yeah. We basically see as Naruto's the age of 12. He's grown. He's actually like 5'7". We call him 5'7". Sasuke, for reference, he's like, if you know you're like 5'7" or above, just imagine him 5'7". How old you, how tall you were when you're 5'7". Because I'm about 5'7", that's pretty tall. But yeah, Sasuke is about 5'5" to 5'6". So yeah, they're pretty tall. Wait, actually, how tall is? Hold on, let me give me a second. Never mind. Hold on, let me change their height real quick. So Sasuke was about 5 feet when he was younger. Yeah, like in Team 7 beginning part. I'm gonna make them like 5. Sasuke's 5'3". Naruto is 5'4". He's 1 feet above Sasuke. Not feet, sorry. 1 inch above Sasuke. Doesn't make a lot of difference. But yeah. Then it was the graduation exam. Naruto sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Naruto had passed the written exam. This is for the getting graduation and all of that. He passed the written quiz in about not a second, sorry. About like a minute, he finished it. He also finished. Okay, let's go to the shuriken and kunai throwing. As Naruto, everyone got a below 8. Sasuke got a 9 out of 9 and a 9 out of 9 on both of them. Naruto got a 10 out of 10 and 10 out of 10. Because Naruto's always been one up from Sasuke. But no one likes him because he's demon, basically. Yeah. Who should the ship be on this? I'm not using, I might consider Hinata if no one else is making the ship, but like, Hinata is way overused. All that, but it's whatever. Let's start this. What if back again? As then they were supposed to do a jutsu portion. As most of them couldn't do a jutsu. It's okay though, because they weren't supposed to know any jutsus. It was just for a higher grade. Like if you knew jutsu, you get a higher grade. Sasuke then smirked as he thought Naruto didn't know jutsu, so he ran through hand signs. He said, "Fire style, fireball jutsu," as he sort of shot out a big fireball. And then it was Naruto's time, as Naruto cracked his he just cracked his neck as he went through hand signs. As he said, Earth style, mud dragon jutsu. As the mud dragon comes out, as you can basically see it, it's not attacking anything at all. As then it destroys the dummies. As Iruka started clapping, saying, "Naruto, excellent! It's a very powerful jutsu. Not something you learn at a genin. Very good, Naruto." As everyone's shocked, the Mud Dragon is basically better than the Fireball Jutsu, because I'm pretty sure the Fireball is a C rank jutsu, and the Mud Dragon's like an A rank jutsu. So yeah. Then we go to team selection. Hold on, I'm gonna have to think about, because see, I could put him with Team 7. Could put him by himself. I'm gonna put him with Team 7. Okay. Team selection, they were told who they're going to be put with. As Sakura really hates Naruto, because he basically showed Sasuke up. All of that. But yeah, you have 3 days to rest until the graduation happens. So all of them nod as they go off. Mizuki tries stealing the scroll, but he gets stopped by the third Hokage. Yeah. So he's stopped by the third Hokage. And we also see, as it was bright outside, it's not where Mizuki tried to steal the scroll yet. It's actually as soon as they got out of the academy. The teacher were outside as they were waving to the students. But then, in front of everyone, Sasuke says, "Naruto, you must fight me, for I am the best, because I am Uchiha Elite. And whoever wins gets that title." Basically, Naruto got Rookie of the Year, because he knew a rank jutsu. And Naruto said, "Why would I fight you, Uchiha?" As he also, Deidara also passed down the hate for the Uchihas to Naruto. And everyone was screaming, "Fight him! You're just a loser." Naruto then says, "Fine, Uchiha, I will fight you. Were you allowed to use anything?" Sasuke then nodded his head, as Naruto then smirked. As Naruto had been working on this combo jutsu. No, let's say he hasn't. I'm just gonna mix these two together for, like, funsies. And just to scare Sasuke. So, they get on the battlefield, as then Iruka says, "I'm actually fixing this. Taijutsu only. No ninja tools, just taijutsu." As they nod. As Naruto takes off his gloves, he says, "Come on, Uchiha, fight me." As he kind of takes a stance where, it's not really a fighting stance at first. It's just a defensive stance. As he has one hand out, another hand out, and his two legs are just, to this, just standing straight. As, Sasuke then runs at, Naruto. As Sasuke does a spinning kick. Naruto grabs it with his hand as he spins Sasuke around. And he's spinning he's spinning really fast. Naruto then slams him on the ground as Sasuke jumped. He kind of he couldn't breathe for a second, and then he got up as he was breathing really heavily. Naruto then had his hand down, both of his hands down, as then he ran at Sasuke. As Sasuke thinks, now I could defend. As he tries to defend against a kick from Naruto, Naruto does a spin kick, and it actually knocks Sasuke away, even though he had his hands up. Sasuke gets blown away as he gets shoved into the ground as he's sliding out of the arena. As Sasuke got up, but he was very bruised as then Sasuke falls. Iruka says Naruto is the winner, as he only used taijutsu, which is actually really impressive. As everyone said, that demon won, there's a fluke. As every parent was there as they were watching him. Everyone yelled that except Shikamaru, Choji's, and what's that guy's name? Shino? Yeah, Shino. Family. As Shikamaru's dad, Shikaku, actually said, "Good job, Naruto." Naruto nodded his head. He said, well, hopefully that put the Uchiha in his place and won't act like he's Uchiha elite. But I hope he doesn't try to fight me every 5 seconds, because if he does, I'd just get annoying real fast. They laugh, and they say, yeah, that's true. As Shino said, well, Naruto, good job. You know, in that, voice he has. Not caring voice, but this time it was a little bit caring, you know, all that. Okay, we don't want my phone to turn off. So, yeah. And then Naruto goes home. As we are doing a 3-day time skip. As Naruto walks in. As Kakashi was obviously late, but we're not there yet. He walks in and he sees that Sasuke is glaring at Naruto, like a glare, like I hate you glare and all that. Naruto shrugs it off as he goes to his table. As I know how big Deidara's pouches are, but I'm giving Naruto 4 on each side now. So Naruto has about let's say Deidara had about 20 clay in each pack, like 20 pounds of clay in each pack. So Naruto now has about 160 pounds of clay. So, yeah. He then sees as Kakashi comes. Naruto obviously not going to show his clay release until he absolutely has to. If he's going to lose, he has to use it, he thinks. As Kakashi walks in, as he says, yo, meet me on the roof, as he disappears in a Sunshin. Naruto actually learned the Sunshin pretty fast, as he Sunshins up to the roof too. Faster than Kakashi. Kakashi sees us as he says, Naruto, when did you learn the Sunshin? Naruto said, you have to learn things to survive, Kakashi. Sensei. Kakashi then nodded as he said, let's wait. As they wait, as Sasuke and Sakura come up, as Sasuke is still glaring at Naruto. Sakura is the same, but Sasuke is different. Just slightly. I'm gonna add emotion to when he's saying it. So, Sasuke says, my likes are not a lot of things. And then he turns to Naruto saying, my dislikes are a lot of things. As Kakashi said, oh. Is it because Naruto beat you, he's thinking in his mind? That's definitely the Uchiha pride. Yeah. So, yeah, and then Sasuke's goal is the same. Because I'm too lazy to find him another goal. I mean by that... Hold on, give me a second. So yeah, I'm too lazy to find him a goal. So, Sasuke, it's Naruto's turn. As he said, Naruto, what's your goal? I mean, what's your likes, dislikes, goals? As Naruto then says, my likes is art. And someone very special to me. As he's thinking about Deidara. Dislikes are Uchihas, the Sharingan. Everything about the Uchihas, basically. Kinda happy they died. As Kakashi winced, as he knew this was a hard topic for Sasuke. As Naruto was just trying to get on Sasuke's nerve. But he actually does hate the Uchihas. As Sasuke, you could see Sasuke booming with anger. As Kakashi stopped Sasuke. As then Kakashi said, you know that hurt Sasuke, right? He says, well, it's not my fault. They died to their own stupidity, he thinks in his mind. And my goal is just to become like someone I know. As he's thinking about Deidara. And maybe even better, he says out loud. And then Kakashi was thinking about who that could be. And so, yeah. Kakashi says, well, meet me at Training Ground 7 tomorrow. Let me give you, what skill Naruto's at. Naruto is, high Jonin. Not high Jonin, sorry. Jonin level. He's not low Jonin. He's kind of mid Jonin. If Kakashi pulled out his Sharingan, like literally lift up his headband, Naruto would be on the struggle bus with Kakashi. And if Kakashi activated his Mangekyou Sharingan, Naruto would be like definitely dead if they were going to kill each other. But yeah, as Naruto was walking away again, and then Sasuke and Sakura, Sakura tries to hit Naruto. Naruto then grabs her hand, as she always sees Naruto covering up his hand. As she says, what's so wrong with your hands that you have to cover them up? Are they ugly as you? Naruto then punches her. And he still has hold of her hand, as she is supposed to go flying, because of the force he added. And he also, but she didn't. But, since he had her hand, she didn't go flying at all. Naruto then punched her again, as she started bleeding, a bit on her cheek. Naruto then said, call me that again, I will have to kill you, because I'm trying to look like the person who helped me through all of this. And if you disrespect his, outfit choice, then you will die. As Sasuke then says, Naruto, you're just a loser. The Uchiha clan is 10 times better than you. I wish I had my Sharingan to show you how it should feel when you're dead, when you get your family members dead. And over again. Naruto then punches Sasuke in the chest. As Sasuke coughs and loses breath as he says, use that Sharingan on me, and I'll do more than hurt you. I'll show you what it's like to get almost killed until you're trained hard enough. I will show you what pain actually is. Don't mention using that Sharingan on me. If you dare do, like I said before, you will feel absolute pain. As then he sunshines out. As Sakura runs up to Sasuke, Sasuke then stands up brittly, shakily, and he says, "Damn that Naruto." Let me tell you Naruto's outfit real quick. So he's not wearing the Katsuki outfit. He's wearing a robe that's completely black, and he kind of has Deidara's fishnet under him. You know that? Hold on. Yeah, you know that outfit that Deidara has under him? It's kind of like fishnets and all that. So, yeah. Then, hold on. Let me actually look at Deidara's outfit real quick. Hold on, never mind. He's kind of wearing a blue shirt and like blue pants. So let me make that my own little design. He's wearing a blue shirt and make them my own design. I'm still going off the colors, and he's wearing blue pants. He's wearing black shinobi shoes, and because no one can really see his blue clothes until you like destroy his cloak. So you can only see the black cloak with the black shoes, and obviously the orange hair. Not orange. It's more yellow. Yellow hair, basically. So, yeah. Yellow hair. And Naruto is growing his hair out a bit. He's kind of making it, he's kind of having his hair a bit grown out. Like you see in the picture with Naruto's leaf headband and the shirt, jacket, and all of that. I'm taking the hair and imagine that on a black cloak, a black cloak, and black shinobi sandals. As they go tomorrow, Naruto obviously eats. He then Kakashi meets them at like. He says to be there by 5, and he goes by 9. So, they're just waiting. As Sasuke is always glaring at Naruto. Naruto is just meditating. As we do a little flashback, Naruto is the age of 10. Naruto is meditating, and he goes in the sewer type of thing, as he sees the fox. The fox is obviously good and bad. So, he asks, "What are you doing here, boy?" Naruto then says, "Well, I don't know either. I was meditating, now I'm here." Then the fox says, "Well, I'm Kurama. What's your name?" "Oh, mine is Naruto." "Nice to meet you, Kurama." As it's going to kind of start their friendship. So, Kakashi then comes 3 hours later. End of flashback. I said comes 3 hours later, then end of flashback. Okay, after we see an opportunity with Naruto and Kurama, end of flashback, it's been 3 hours. As Kakashi finally comes. And he says, "Yo," as Sakura says, "You're late." Kakashi then said, "I had to help an old woman across the street." Sakura then said, "Yeah, right." But, Kakashi said, "Well, it's time to start the test." Naruto then opened his eyes as he got up. So then Kakashi said, "Okay, let's, he pulls out 2 bells. "Get these bells for me and you pass." Sakura then points out the obvious, saying, "But there's only 2 bells and there's 3 of us." "That's right. For the two of you that do not pass and get these bells, the person that doesn't get these bells gets tied to that post over there and has to go to the academy. But before that, he has to return to the academy. But before that, he has to watch us eat." She then nods her head. Okay, let me break out of character here. not even character. Okay, why didn't Sakura get tied up to the pole question? Because at least Naruto knew some jutsus. Like, and she didn't do anything. She got trapped by a genjutsu. So, yeah, let me go back into the story now. Okay. They all disappear except Naruto. Kakashi says, he hints at something. He says, well, aren't you going to go with your team and make a plan? Naruto then caught this as he said, oh yeah, that's right. He then says, no, because they wouldn't work with me. They're all hidden. They're watching this battle. But they wouldn't work with me. I insulted Sasuke on the first day. And I punched Sakura after she tried punching me. It's not really good work. Can't really work together. I'll get the bells, though, and then give it to them. So we'll pass, at least. Kakashi then says, what makes you think you can get these bells? Naruto says, you're right. As he then goes under his cloak as he puts his hands in a pouch. As Kakashi was reading his book, is he thinking, is he going to pull out a kunai? As Naruto was kind of leaving his hands in there. As his hands stop eating, Naruto's kind of holding it. As it's taking a hot minute to, do the clay, but Naruto's going to see if he can just beat Kakashi with taijutsu. As Naruto body flickers in front of Kakashi, Kakashi's eyes were wide. So he saw this yesterday, but he didn't think Naruto could be this fast. He didn't even see him. Naruto then did a spin kick. And then Kakashi blocked it. He then did another as Kakashi blocked it. Kakashi then put away his book as he wondering what's Naruto doing. As then Naruto, behind him, shoots out 2 clay birds from each hand. As they are on the trees, as they're pretty small. He only took less than a pound. They're really small. He then did the hand signs as they then fly. There's then birds that fly from the tree. As then Kakashi gets hit in the back by 4 explosions. As Kakashi is shot forward, Naruto then kicks him. As then Kakashi says, I have to be prepared for anything now. I don't know what jutsu he did. Naruto then put back on his gloves and closed up the pouch. And then he says, whoa, did you jump forward just to be punched, Kakashi-sensei? Kakashi then said, what did you do? Naruto said, I didn't do anything. As then Naruto went through hand signs, he said, Earth style, Mud Dragon Jutsu. Water style, Water Dragon Jutsu. Fire style, Phoenix Flower Jutsu. Wind style, Wind Bullets. As he runs through all those hand signs. As Kakashi was waiting, as he saw Earth and he saw Mud and Water Dragon come up. And he saw that Naruto was holding his mouth. Naruto then released it as 5 ginormous fireballs came out. So, yeah. Naruto is that fast with jutsus. I'm sorry. So, Kakashi then has to dodge the water and Earth Dragon at the same time the fireballs. As Kakashi got a scratch on him. Like a really burn. From the fireballs. Kakashi then says, there's no way I'm playing around and losing to this Genin. As he lifts up the Sharingan. Naruto said, perfect. As Naruto stuck one hand in the pouch again as he was making a clay spider. As Kakashi was like, what is he doing? Naruto is putting a little bit of he's trying to speed up the process So he's like trying to stall as much time. It'll take about 30 minutes for this to do. So, no, about 15. How about that? And so he throws a punch at Kakashi. Kakashi dodges it easily with the Sharingan. Naruto then does a spinning kick. As Kakashi saw some chakra going into Naruto's arm and down to his hand. And the pouches, he couldn't see through. But he just saw chakra float going to the arms and hand. And so he was like, Naruto, what are you doing? Naruto then jumped back. As it actually finished a lot earlier than he thought. He then threw a spider behind him as he did a hand sign. As Kakashi was expecting to get blown back, but he wasn't. As Naruto was distracting Kakashi, as he said, Kakashi, those bells, do you think I'd be able to take them? As Sakura saw there was a clay spider, or spider walking up, Kakashi's arms, as it took the bells. Not Kakashi's arm, sorry, Kakashi's leg. As Kakashi felt this way too late, as the clay had already eaten the, bells. So Naruto said, well, good job. Now you don't have your bells anymore. As the clay spider walks up to Naruto and spews out the bells, and Naruto then throws the clay spider. As he said, Art is an explosion! As the spider grew bigger and bigger, and then exploded, as Kakashi had to run through hand signs really fast. As he said, Earth Style, Headhunter Jutsu, Double Execution. As he went underground, Naruto then said, you're not going to fool me that easy. As he says, Water Style. Well, no, he says, Earth Style, Mud Wall. As he jumps back and does a mud wall, and he stands on it. As Kakashi can not get him anymore. As then Sasuke got angry that Naruto got the bells, as he says, Fire Style, Fireball Jutsu. As he shoots at Kakashi, Kakashi was like, oh, so Sasuke's angry. As he beats up Sasuke real quick. He then puts Sakura under again Jutsu. And he has his Sharingan out, so he's like really drained. He then puts away his Sharingan. Not trying to be too drained. He then looks at Naruto and he says, Naruto, how do you have an ability like that? Naruto said, through training, and someone helped me. Not telling who, though. As then Naruto put his hand in his pouch as he took it out, as it had this glob of clay. But Kakashi saw his hand moving a bunch, as then he saw a tongue sticking out, as Naruto had a bird as he threw it up, and he said, and he did the hand sign, as the bird went into clay, as Naruto said, Art is an explosion, as the bird grew bigger and bigger. As then Kakashi had to dodge, but he was like almost drained completely. He got hit by the explosion almost head on. Kakashi then had to he then was almost completely down. Naruto said, well, Kakashi, I think we pass. As he places the two bells on his teammates. Kakashi says, fine, you pass. As he goes to the hospital, getting quickly healing as he has to tell the Hokage. The Hokage actually saw everything, as he said, Naruto has that much power. He then says, I have to tell the council, even though I don't want to. He goes to the council room. As he says, Naruto has something special. from the Stone Village, actually. I want to see if any of his ninjas got to this scroll of sealing in the Earth country. I mean, the Earth place. Send a letter to him. As they nod, as they send a letter. Kakashi has to take 3 days off to heal up on everything. So we see the letter as it reads, Hokage. We actually had someone to break in and seal some of the scroll secrets. Like the clay jutsu you're talking about. Now, he probably taught Naruto this, your Jinchuriki. This from Oniki. And yeah, so he then said his name is Deidara. As he's in like Deidara from the Akatsuki. As their names have been growing and all that. So yeah. I'm gonna take a quick break. And so yeah. I'm gonna take a quick break. So let's continue and let's do the month time skip. Naruto and his team have just been doing D-rank missions, right? Yeah, D-rank missions. So since Naruto's just been doing D-rank missions, he got annoyed as he knows his skills are not put to great use. But the Hokage also knows this, but he doesn't want to let Naruto leave the village. Sorry about that, I had to do something. But yeah, he doesn't want to let Naruto leave the village. Sasuke actually finally snaps as he says to the Hokage, Lord Third, I am stronger than D-rank missions. I'm worthy to fight a bandit or something. Give us a C-rank mission or higher. The Hokage says, fine, Sasuke. Your team will be getting a C-rank mission. Tazna. Tazna then walks out as he looks at all of them. He then says, well, there's 2 strong. The rest are just weak. Sasuke is thinking he was mentioning him. He said, but then Tazna said, the emo and the pinky over there are not strong at all. Now, that kid with the blonde hair is pretty strong. And, the white hair person. Sasuke got annoyed at this, but he didn't try to assault Tazna at all. Hokage said, well, meet me in the, Tazna under the gate, or in the gate, sorry. I'm having a brain fart, but in the gate, by the gate, about 3 hours. They do this. Hiruzen was going to talk to Naruto. He keeps on wondering how Naruto met Deidara. I'm sorry I have to pause it a lot. It's just, I have to do something and then another thing. There's dogs, family members, and all that. Yeah. So, we basically, I left off where Hiruzen was, saying that he really wanted to talk to Naruto how he met Deidara and all of that. But he never got the opportunity to. Until right now. As he could call the Anbu to block the doors, make this a pressing matter. Hiruzen obviously has to take that route because of the fact that Obviously, he couldn't get another opportunity like this for a while. As here's an motion for the guards to get in front of the door, as they did. As Aruka asked, what are you doing, Lord Third? Lord Third said, I'm going to need the room with Naruto. Aruka walks up and says, okay. As they open the door, the guards, and then they closed it again. Hiruzen then asked, Naruto, how did you meet Deidara? Naruto then says, who? As Hiruzen says, Deidara of the Akatsuki, Deidara who uses clay release. Naruto then said, I didn't meet him. Why are you asking? I met him before. Hiruzen then said, well, you had the clay released. You can produce clay things too. And you obviously you haven't been to the land of stone yet and gotten their forbidden scroll. Naruto said, damn it. As then he said, fine. As he then became all serious as he said, I have met Deidara. Didn't know he was part of the Akatsuki, though. I didn't even know about the Akatsuki. But he taught me a couple things for 4 years of my life. He was like a father figure to me. I'd love to go now. As Hiruzen was shocked at this. As Naruto then said, you know I could have knocked your guards out of the way, right? Hiruzen said, no you couldn't. As Naruto punched the guards in their stomach, as they couldn't even see this. As they start falling to the ground. So Naruto said, yeah, I could. As then he walks out. Hiruzen was shocked. As yes, they were Anbu who weren't thinking that Naruto could do this, but they should have seen him with their eyes. As Hiruzen was so surprised. He then asked if they're okay. They nod. As we do a 3-hour time skip. As they're by the gate. I really wish I had a community tab. I'd ask who should the ship be for this series, but I'm gonna have to YOLO it. Okay. So we see that. Sorry, I'm having a real big. Alright, so they're walking. Naruto sees a puddle, as he said, Genjutsu. As he then went through hand signs, as he said, Earth Style, Earth Spike. As the Naruto opened up his sleeve, as he infused chakra in it, as a blade pop up. As then he was walking towards the puddle, as he stabs right into it. The Chunin brothers, or the Demon brothers, jump up, as they're right beside each other, saying, how did this boy notice us? They then go to punch Naruto. As then the Earth Spike stops it, and it kind of breaks their hand a bit. As Naruto then stabs one, as the other is in shock. Naruto then has the sword up to his throat, saying, why were you trying to attack us? He started saying, I wasn't trying to attack you. I was trying to attack Tazna. Naruto then slits his throat as he resheaths the blade. As his whole team is surprised, even Kakashi. As Naruto releases the jutsu. As then we see that they're walking again. Sasuke's now thinking in his mind that he has to fight Naruto no matter what now. I'm thinking to myself a lot. But yeah, let's do a 3-hour time skip. As Hyokage is actually one to set up a meeting with Oniki. Oniki? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's his name. Or the Stone Village Kage. They're not on best of terms. They don't even have a truce alliance. He wants to talk to him how to beat the jutsu, in case Naruto ever went rogue. He also knew that this was an experimental jutsu, and that you should never do it. But yeah. So then, yeah. So it'll take about a day to get to the land of leaf from the land of stone. So yeah. And so then we go back to Naruto's team. As it's been 3 hours, like I said, Naruto then knows something's in the bush as he throws a kunai. As it hits the rabbit dead in the center, killing it. So much accuracy, it hit its heart. Everyone was shocked that Naruto could do this. Like when I mean everyone. As even Zabuza was shocked that Naruto had that much accuracy in a moving rabbit's heart. Zabuza then threw the blade as Naruto said, "Duck!" as everyone ducks. Now, I'm making Kakashi kind of useless. Okay, Kakashi also said duck at the same time as Naruto. And then Naruto puts his hand in his pouch. And he puts his other hand in his pouch. As we do the whole Kakashi Zabuza scene. And then we do the fight scene. As that took a bit, Naruto's jutsu is finally ready. As he puts out his hands, as two white liquids come out of his hands, as they form a samurai. As the samurai both pulls out a sword. As the flow is still there. You know what Deidara did with Sasuke? How Sasuke cut it down, but then it reformed. Yeah, it's kind of like that. If you cut part of the samurai, it will form into another samurai. So yeah, I'm making it that way with Naruto. As he's mastered this, perfected it, made it even better. As Zabuza was so surprised as the samurai come at Zabuza. Zabuza's clone then tried slashing at it. It rose up its sword. It had its sword harden. As it was clashing against, the other one went behind the clone's back as it slashed. As then they both ran up to Zabuza. As they then cut at Zabuza. Zabuza obviously after jumping away not to get hit, he jumps away. Kakashi is then freed. As Naruto then cuts off the flow. The mouths close, and they're forming the clay into something else. Now, the two clay samurais, Naruto then does the hand signs as he said, "Art is an explosion," he yells, and the whole entire lake is emptied. Like, the explosion went down under the water and exploded. This hit Zabuza as it knocked Zabuza back far. Naruto and them were out of the blast radius, he had to make sure, but they were. As the lake was fully drained. Meaning there's no water. Well, yeah, I guess there is still some little water there. Zabuza was all in shock as Naruto put some chakra in his arm as the sword pops up. Naruto then goes in as he slashed at Zabuza. He was about to slash Zabuza, actually, but then Senbon killed him. Naruto then said, I know you're there, Hunter Nin, but you should have aimed these senbons a little bit down. You didn't hit a vital point. You hit something that makes it look like they're dead, sound like they're dead. But you never hit an actual point that could kill them. As then he still is bringing down his sword, as Haku goes in front of him as she blocks it with her senbons. Naruto then kicks as she's flown away with Zabuza. Naruto is walking to them as Haku goes away with Zabuza, as she has fast speeds because of her Yuki bloodline. I'm getting lightheaded from talking this much. Talking that fast. But yeah. So, Naruto then resheaths the sword in his arm. As he pulled back his cape. Not cape, I said cape. As he pulled his robe in place, he dusted off. And he asked if everyone's okay. Everyone nods their head. Naruto said, good. Wouldn't want to fill out a form or anything. Naruto is then... We then go to Tasuna's house. As... Tasuna's daughter and Tasuna's grandson. Tasuna's grandson still does that thing where he complains. Sasuke is the actual one to step in saying, you don't know what it's like to lose your family. All of it. Your entire clan. All of that. And then they start working on the tree walking. Naruto is just walking on the trees so easily. As Naruto says, I'm gonna go train now. As he trains, he's actually practicing in Kenjutsu. With his sword technique and everything. He's even learning how to put chakra in his sword. Making it having the water, wind, fire, and earth. Let me tell you what those do. The earth one hardens the sword. Fire one puts it to, puts on fire, burning the target. The wind one kind of has a wind slash. And I forget, I'm not doing the water one. Never mind, the water one is irrelevant right now. Yeah. So, let's continue. As he's practicing all this styles with Shao Kahn, Sasuke tries to eavesdrop while everyone else is at the house, but Naruto's still training. Naruto notices as he threw kunai, as it scraped Sasuke, and Sasuke said, you missed. Naruto then said, no, I didn't. I just didn't want to get yelled at by the council about being the last Uchiha, a worthless clan if you tell me. Died to one person. And then he laughs. As Sasuke is annoyed by this, but he then goes back to the house. Naruto is done training as he kills his own food, actually, and he delivers it the whole village. So this is a place that likes him now. So, yeah, he is then just feeding everyone, basically. A good meal. Like, a really good meal. As he had brought tons of fish. Because the ocean and everything, just tons of fish. Yeah, and calamari and all of that. Fish. Octopus. Calamari. Yeah. So, it's time for the Gato and everything. As the battles are the same against Haku Yuki and Zabuza Momoshiki. As Sasuke still battles Haku, and Kakashi still attacks Zabuza. Naruto is done waiting, as he doesn't want to destroy the bridge, so he just says, he runs through hand signs, and he said, Earth style, or spear. As then he pulls out the sword, and he puts fire in it. As then he's going after the Yuki. The Yuki saw a blazing amount of fire in the sword. Naruto then did a one seal hand sign. He said fire style. Fireball ball jutsu. As the fireball was burning the ice, it was actually melting. Haku was surprised at this. Naruto then said he went through another one hand sign. As he said, wind style, wind bullet. As he increased the fire. Naruto then wind style, wind bullet again. As he increased the fire again. As it was melting everything. I'm making Naruto be able to use one hand sign because that's pretty fun, right? So Haku was surprised that it was even melting her mirrors. As she then hops out. As Naruto goes after her, he gets two slices off on her like arm tendons. So she can't use her arms anymore. As he then kicks her. She has a burning feeling on both of her arms. And, when he kicked her, she was fine. She saw Zabuza Momoshiki almost get a Chidori in his chest. She then rushes. As the Chidori hits her dead in the chest. As Naruto then kills Zabuza with one fell swoop of the fiery blade. So he put more chakra in this. As it started to burn the body, the sword was still there. Naruto said, this sword will show proof of death. As he seals it inside his arm. As Kakashi said, what are you going to do with the blade, Naruto? Naruto said, he's an S-rank shinobi, so I'll get amazing pay for delivering this to the Mist Village. I'll tell them to put it, I will give it to the Hokage. The Hokage will have to pay me, and I'll send the Mist Village back their sword. Yeah. As, Kakashi would be like, Naruto, pretty cold of you. Naruto said, it's money. Don't honestly care. Money's money. But I will obviously not sell out one person. Maybe two. But definitely not one. Definitely not sell out my father figure. That's for sure. But it's time to kill Gato. As Kakashi's like, what? As then he looks behind him. As then Naruto said, I have my Earth Spear still up, so as he walks in, he then slices at all of them, killing them with his wind. He puts wind chakra in it. As the fire on the sword is now growing bigger as he slashes. As everyone's half body, except Gato, because Gato was too short to get hit by it. But the top half of their body is now gone, burnt to a crisp. As then Gato saw the massacre in front of him. As he said, what do you want? You want money? Power? Girls? Naruto said, the money one sounds good. How much? As Gato then smiles, saying, follow me. As Naruto holds up a hand sign, touches him, and he says where to go. And he then teleports to his base, and he then puts in the code as his safe is on the right, open and everything. Naruto then stabs Gato. as he seals the money and everything. He sets free everyone as he shuns the bridge. As the village actually thought he accepted the money. Naruto then said, only want to do was steal his money, like he stole your guys' money. As they were relieved, as Naruto also said, I also got some people from his. As he said, you come out now. As they were behind him, as they're out now. They call it the Great Naruto Bridge as they're walking back to the Leaf Village. Naruto has a lot of money now. He has over 5 million yen. Let's say he has over 40 million yen. As Zabuza's dead body for an S-rank mission cost about 1 million yen. Because it's a 7 swordsman weapon. Those are actually rare because they're not really made at all. And you can't really remake them. They're just something special. As Kakashi told the report, everyone except Naruto left, as he said, I'd like the reward for Zabuza Mushiki's death. As you pay me, they should pay you. As he then drops the sword. As they said, as the Hokage was shocked. And he said, okay. As he gave Naruto 1 million yen. Naruto then opened up the scroll and placed it in there. Then he stuck it back underneath his robe, basically. It's not a robe, it's... to describe it as a robe. I'm going to describe it as a... Hold on, give me a second. I'm being confused. He puts it under his cloak. Sorry. He puts it under his cloak. As his cloak is black, and he has black shinobi sandals. But he has blue shinobi pants with a blue shirt. So yeah. Naruto then leaves as he has his money stored up in that scroll. As he has 41 million yen. Which is a lot. Like a lot. So, yeah. We then see as what's his name? Jonin Sensei. Kakashi. It sounds more like Itachi, but it's Kakashi. Called for a team meeting. And he said, I applied you all for the Chunin exams. I hope you have to sign these papers, but if all of you don't join in the Chunin exams, then none of you joined. Alright, give me a second. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I left off where Kakashi was talking about the Chunin exams. I want to say I did. I don't think we're that far in the story yet. Let's hope not. So, we have, he then says, okay, sorry, I'm having a brain fart again. Sorry. Naruto, everyone signs it, sorry. Took me so long to get out. Everyone signs the paper. Because if Sasuke did it, Sakura would do it, and then Naruto did it. So, yeah. So then it's 2 days from now will be the Chunin exams. I don't know, I just like having time skips. I guess. 2 days later. Inside the Chunin exams, Naruto could tell this was a genjutsu. He hated genjutsus, remember? So he wanted to know if there is one so he can get rid of it instantly. Sharingan genjutsus were different, but it's whatever. Now, Sasuke did unlock the One Tomo Sharingan, which Naruto actually hated a lot. He saw Sasuke different, so he actually hated Sasuke with a passion. He then said, okay, this genjutsu is dumb, as he walks away. Rock Lee saw this as he said, Naruto's the strongest out of them all. As when Naruto is about to walk out, he senses someone as he does a quick hand signs as he said, Earth Style, Earth Spear. As he then turns around as he says, Rock Lee, how nice of you to join us. What do you want? Rock Lee says, I want to fight you, Naruto. Taijutsu only, Naruto said. Okay, we can do taijutsu only. As he was laughing in his mind, as he just put a strong earth style on him with a punch, it would break someone's knuckles. As Sasuke thought, this is completely unfair. He has a jutsu. As Sasuke was about to say something, Naruto then punches Sasuke in the stomach. As he says, were you about to say something, Uchiha brat? He has a passionate hate for the Uchihas. As Sasuke just shut up then. He was mad, but he just shut up. As Rock Lee said, that is not good teamwork. But I will show you the true power of youth. As they go in for a taijutsu battle. Rock Lee sends a kick at Naruto. Naruto does not dodge. Rock Lee then gets his leg. His leg is starting to hurt real bad. As he jumps away. As he can barely stand on his leg. Naruto said, You're hurting, Rock Lee? So Rock Lee said, this has to be jutsu. I said no jutsus. Naruto said, well, guess what, Rock Lee? The ninja world ain't fair. As my guy was watching this. As my guy was kind of disappointed in Naruto. As Rock Lee said, I will defeat you, Naruto. As he runs up, Naruto says, like I said, the ninja world ain't fair. As he does a hand sign, he says fire style, fireball jutsu. As Rock Lee dodges, Naruto then smiled. As he then pulled out his sword and slashed where Rock Lee was going to be. It's like he saw the head. As Rock Lee got a slash on his leg. As Rock Lee was so surprised, Naruto then reshaped the sword, saying, your teacher's here. Better get going. As they leave, Naruto then releases the jutsu. As my guy said, Rock Lee, that was an unfair match. I'm disappointed in him. Rock Lee then says, yeah, me too. As Neji was seeing this, as he said, that's right, the ninja world is unfair, Naruto. As then they left. Naruto gets the sign-ups and everything as he's standing there. Just on the wall. As he has only two friends in this world. Shikamaru and Choji. Deidara is more like a father figure. But yeah. As he could make more friends, it's just he doesn't really want to. All that. So basically, Naruto's hair is getting more and more like Deidara's over there. It's starting to cover up one eye, but his hair has to be all the way in his front. He can't have some in the back. It's just if he wants to cover up one eye, he has to have it all in the front. You know, the hair on top in the front. So he just has it all in the front, only showing one eye. So yeah. Kiba then said, the Konoha 12 is back. Not the Konoha 12, the Konoha 9 is back. As he back together as he shoves a fist in the air. Kabuto then says, "You guys are talking way too loud." As Sasuke asked, "Who are you?" Kabuto then said, "My name is Kabuto. I have any information you want on people here." Sasuke instantly blurted out as he said, "Naruto Uzumaki." As the card started to flash, as Naruto said, "I can't let them see this." As he does a hand sign and he says, "Fire Style, Phoenix Fire Jutsu." As it hit the card before anyone could see, because everyone was wanting to know about Naruto. They look at whoever did that and they saw Naruto as they said, "Naruto, why would you do that? You know I don't want information on me, right? If you're smart enough, you'll do the same." Sasuke then said, "You little punk, I'm gonna beat you up where I move." Naruto then slapped Sasuke, with not a lot of force, but enough force to shut him up. As he said, "Shut up, Uchiha. I don't need to hear your talk. You're no elite, you've only got the one Tomo Sharingan. You're just weak in your clan standards. Itachi could kill your clan with a Mangekyou. He was by the age of 16. You're at the age of 12. You could even beat a squirrel. As then he goes up by the wall. As Shikamaru and Choji, you've always seen that Naruto hates Uchihas. And all of that. Because they're genjutsu and all of that. As Sasuke was shocked that Naruto would mention his clan and how Itachi killed them. As Kabuto was also shocked. As I'm saying as way too much. I'm like as. Okay, but for real though, Kabuto says, "Anyone else?" Sasuke then says, "Gaara and Rock Lee." As they get the same information. Now, Naruto is now waiting for the proctor. As the proctor comes in, proctor says, "Hello, my name is Ibiki." Yeah, Ibiki. "And you will be doing the Rin exam proctored by me." And he tells all the rules. Naruto then knows this is by cheating, but he doesn't need that at all, as he finishes the test in about 30 seconds, beating Minato's score and Itachi's. Ibiki saw that Naruto finished the test in 30 seconds, and he already put down his pencil, as Ibiki went up to look at Naruto's paper, and it was all complete. He is surprised at this, and he makes a little mental note about this to tell the Hokage. So, yeah. And then, everyone else finishes, or 40 minutes have passed. And, Proctor says, the 10th question is, well, first, before the 10th question, if you want to leave, you should leave right now, or you won't be able to take the test again. If you leave right now, you'll be able to take the test again next year. But if you don't leave, then if you get this question wrong, you will fail, and you will never be able to become a Chunin. So, yeah. As, 26 of them left, 24 left. 26 has left, there's 24 teams left. And all of that. So, yeah. And it says, "Good job, you've passed, because you had trust in your team that they wouldn't fail." And all of that. As he then says, "Okay, the second proctor should come any minute." as there was a stone through the window as she jumps in, as she says, "Hello, my name's Anko. Meet me at Train Ground 44, or better known as the Forest of Death." And then she jumps out the window. Naruto's son shins out the window as the first one there. He wasn't paying attention to her talking at all. He was not, and she threw kunai. Naruto, seeing this, he grabbed it and placed the kunai right behind him. Anko almost teleported right behind him, but she saw the kunai, and she did that, she'd get cut. Naruto then threw the kunai. Not much force. Naruto said, "Here's your kunai back." So, yeah. Then we should see... okay. Then Anko explains, they sign all the papers. Naruto gets, haha, funny, an Earth Scroll. He gets an Earth Scroll. Yeah, find me funny, please. So since Naruto has the Earth Scroll, I'm joking, by the way. I'm just weird today. Okay, but since Naruto has the Earth Scroll, he's going to, they're going to go. As they're trying to find a Heaven Scroll. But halfway through, with Orochimaru happens. Naruto is about to not be bullied by a snake, so when he senses the snake coming, he instantly pulls out a sword, adding wind chakra, slicing it in half. As he stays with his, friends, basically. Naruto then noticed that this chakra is not for getting, as he places his hands in his clay, as they eat up about, there's like 160 pounds, they eat about 20 pounds of clay, as Naruto feels 20 pounds in his arms, as then they spit it out, as it's forming a clay dragon, as Naruto grabs Sasuke and Sakura, as Orochimaru was about to get them. But Orochimaru sees as they're flying up, basically. The clay dragon then opens its mouth. As a bunch of bombs then come down, Orochimaru seeing them as spiders. As then Naruto does the hand signs, as he said, "Art is an explosion!" As that forest turned into a minefield, and it blew up, making that forest bare with, that part of the forest bare with trees. And then he saw as Orochimaru wasn't down, but Naruto then jumped off the dragon as the dragon stayed. As he said, "Orochimaru, I presume?" Orochimaru says, "Who are you?" Naruto says, "My name is Naruto. You obviously know who trained me, right?" As he then says, "Yes, I do." As he's coughing up some blood, he then sheds his skin. As then Naruto said, "Oh, you're a tough one, I see. Well, I would leave right now, or you'll face consequences." As he pulls out the sword, he then does a hand sign as he said, "Earth or spear. Spear." And he then punches Orochimaru, but Orochimaru tries to punch back. Naruto slides back a few feet, but then he says, "If that's all you got," so Orochimaru was shaking his hand because it hurt. Naruto then shoved the sword in Orochimaru's chest. Not to his heart, but right beside it. As Orochimaru was coughing up a lot of blood, Naruto still had hold of the sword as he put fire chakra in it. As Orochimaru felt his heart burning. As Orochimaru said, "I have to retreat." As Naruto then pulled out the sword. As Orochimaru then kicked Naruto. Orochimaru started retreating though. Naruto flew back a couple feet. He then touched his feet to the ground as he said that used up a lot of chakra. As then he resheathed the sword and he jumped on the dragon. As this Ninetales was healing, giving Naruto a bunch of chakra to stay awake and all that. They then go as Orochimaru also sent the sound just to test Sasuke's skill. As Naruto obviously let the dragon fall in a part of the forest, as it actually kind of destroyed a forest where like 3 teams were. Yeah, just 3 random teams. As Naruto's birds actually got the scrolls. As they had one heaven, one earth, and another heaven. Right? No. Yeah. So they had 4 scrolls basically. So they went to the tower. The Sound Genin didn't even get to test Naruto Sasuke, as they were already gone. Talking way too fast. Hold on, let me get a breather real quick. So now they basically... Hold on, am I recording? Yeah. Alright, so now they basically have to stay at the tower for about 4 days. So Naruto's kind of drained, so he went in his mindscape and he saw Kurama. As Kurama said, "Good job, boy." Oh, I need a breather. He says, "Good job, boy." Naruto says, "Thank you." As they all go to sleep, basically. Kurama's just sleeping because he wants to. Naruto's sleeping because he has to. Okay, sorry. Might be annoying in the video. I might have to cut that out. Who knows? But, yeah. So, the test happened. As everyone still has the same battle. And it goes the same way, except for, Naruto and Kiba's. As Naruto went down there, as my guy said, Kiba stands no chance. As Kurenai looked at, my guy saying, "What?" I thought, why? Then, my guy says, well, Rock Lee challenged Naruto to a fight, taijutsu only. Naruto went through hand signs, he said, as my guy says he's about to do it again. As Naruto said, Earth Style, or Spear. As Kurenai's eyes were, like, shocked, as she said he used jutsu. Yes, and he also planted the sword in front of Rock Lee like he knew where Rock Lee was going to step. He is a very skilled shinobi. Anbu level, high Jonin, elite Jonin, basically. And he didn't even use his clay, as you saw him use. So, and he hates genjutsu, as I can take from that, because he punched Sasuke after he caught Sasuke a twerp for having the Sharingan, thinking he's almighty because of it. He hates genjutsu, I can tell. He also, doesn't really like anyone, other than Shikamaru, Choji over there. I don't know who else he likes, but it's whatever. So, your student Kiba, if he doesn't back down, if Naruto starts getting into it, he will die. So, you might have to stop him. But even that might be a stretch, because he might try to attack you. Trust me, Kurenai, you're not on the same level as him. As Naruto then pulled out the sword, as then he increased it with Earth Style, or Earth Chakra. So Naruto said, he went through one-handed hand signs, as he said, Fire Style, Phoenix Flower Jutsu. And then he shot those out and he said, Wind Style, Wind Bullets. As he did the hand signs. One-handed hand signs. As Kiba could barely dodge this. He could only dodge 6 out of the 7. As the 7th one hit him directly in the chest. And then I said Kiba could dodge 6 out of the 7. because 3 of them weren't going after him. He realized that after he got hit. 2 of them hit Akamaru. He dodged. As Akamaru went to the wall, Naruto said, "Come on, Kiba. Where's that strong pride you had earlier?" As he rushes to Kiba, Kiba could barely see Naruto as Naruto slashed at his foot. Kiba's foot started to bleed, but no one except the Jonin saw Naruto there. As Kiba's other foot started to get a scratch on it, started to bleed. Kiba's arms then started to bleed from its tendons. As everyone could see this, as Kurenai couldn't stop the match, or something might happen. Yeah. Kiba was in shock, and he couldn't use his arms anymore. And Akamaru was out from the first 2 fireballs, so Naruto didn't touch him. Kiba then couldn't move his feet or his arms. He could just bear witness to what Naruto could do. Naruto then kicked Kiba as Kiba went to the wall. Naruto said, "Kiba, give up. You can at least speak." As Naruto was walking towards him, Kiba was in shock and fear. As Kiba says, "I give up. I surrender." As then he falls to the ground. Naruto resheathed his sword. As he said, he didn't even get to use Ketsuigan. That's why I infused it with Earth Chakra, but whatever. And he goes up to the stands as he saw Kurenai glaring at him. As Kurenai tried punching him, none of the Jonin senseis tried to stop her, because they knew Naruto could just defeat her. As he then punches Kurenai in the stomach, saying, "Genjutsu, brat. I hate all Uchihas. Or my father figure does. I also hate Genjutsu. It's not a perfect art. You don't make that yourself, you think of it. You're just the lazy version of art." He whispers in the ear, and then she knocks out. So, yeah. Kakashi asked, "What was that, Naruto?" Naruto said, "It was just a wake-up call, telling her that Genjutsu isn't good at all." As my guy saw that there was no likeness to Kakashi at all in his eyes. He only really liked Deidara and Shikamaru and Choji. As Asuma almost punched Naruto, but Naruto then grabbed it, as he still didn't release the Earth Spear. As then he let go of the punch. As Asuma was shaking his hand, but then he punched again. He punched at Naruto's face. Naruto didn't stop it this time. He just put more chakra there. As you hear a crack, as Asuma's hand went numb. As Asuma said, I can't feel my hand." Naruto said, "It's probably broken. I put a lot of chakra on top of my forehead, so when you hit it, you'd break your hand, or worse. I can go check that out with your girlfriend, whatever you like to call her." So Naruto then goes back down, as it's time to announce who they against. As we see Neji versus Naruto. All those are basically the same. I'm too lazy to make new battles. I'm sorry. But yeah. So, the month training period, actually. Oh. Well, Jiraiya has actually talked to the Hokage. Oh, I forgot about the Stone Kage going there. Flashback. Haha. Flashback. As the Stone Kage meets with Saratobi, as he said, I got your letter. Why is it so urgent to learn about Deidara? The Kage then said, well, Naruto has Deidara's traits. So I want to know, how do you defeat the clay style? Or the clay jutsu? I forget his name. The Stone Kage says there's only one way to beat it. The most powerful affinity, lightning chakra. You need to hit the clay, and the clay will stop moving and explode. Not like huge Among Us C4 explosion, or like bomb explosion. More like just explode into rock. Now, having lightning users, if Naruto ever turned evil, I'd use those. The third Kage nodded. As Oniki says, while we're here, Deidara's been to your village, right? He then nods, saying, and Oniki says, why haven't you captured him? He then says, well, we didn't know of his whereabouts until Naruto pointed out that he raised Naruto, basically. So, during this 1 month training trip, or training period, not training trip, training period, Naruto has been, fighting with himself, actually learning, going through a bunch of jutsus, only needing one hand sign now for all of his jutsus. So, yeah. Then we actually see something special. Deidara comes back to the Leaf Village. Well, Oniki wasn't there, obviously. Deidara actually comes back as he sees Naruto, as he sees a mini him. He then pulls Naruto aside as Naruto noticed Deidara instantly as he gave him a big hug. Sentimental moment here. As Deidara said, well, you've grown, Naruto. Naruto said, yeah, I have. So, what you doing here, Deidara? I mean, father. So he calls him father, basically. Deidara said, well, I'm on official business. I need to see, who the Jinchuriki of the Ninetales is. As I will be finding this out, so soon they would capture him. But if it's one of your friends, or if it's you, I gotta know. So, yeah. Naruto whispered in his ear, it's me, I'm sorry. Deidara says, well, I'm going to have to report this, but I'm not going to be the one capturing you. Definitely not. I would refuse the mission. Naruto then pulled out the scroll, as he gave Deidara about 19 million yen. As Naruto says, I have about 22 million yen still in this. I just decided to give you 19. Because of you, how have you helped me and everything else. We're even. I just wanted to give you money. As Deidara's eyes looked at the money, as it was so much. This was more than an S-rank mission. As he said, thank you, this will help the Katsu's cause. I'll tell them we had an anonymous donor. He nodded. As Deidara said, I'm actually here to watch your fight. Naruto's eyes gleamed in happiness as he said, well, you're actually in luck. It's in about a week. As Jiraiya obviously had never been able to connect with Naruto and everything, Deidara then smiled, saying, I could stay here for a week. As a week flies by, as it's time for the exam, Chunin exam. As Deidara was looking at Naruto, you obviously couldn't see him, but Naruto knew where he was. He was just hidden, basically, in plain sight with the transformation jutsu. It's not genjutsu, it's just transformation. And whatever his father liked, he was okay with. So, yeah. We then see the match. It was Neji Hyuga versus Naruto Uzumaki. As Neji said, Destiny has already named me the winner, so I'd give up. Naruto then went through one-handed hand signs that he said Earth Style or Spear. As his body then became hard, as then he said Earth Style or Spike. As 5 spikes went after Neji, or popped up, as Neji had to dodge them all. Naruto then said, "You might be worth some of my time," as he sticks his hand in his pouch. As he's then throws out, he then lets out a clay bird, as then he does a hand sign as it grows bigger, and then Naruto sent it, as then he also sent a couple more small spiders as he sent it. And then Naruto went through the hand signs and said, "Art is an explosion!" As exploded, as you see a Neji flying out. As he hit the wall, Naruto then saw this as his best opportunity. So he went up to Neji, punched him continuously in the nose so Neji couldn't get up. As Neji was bleeding out of the nose, Naruto then punched Neji in the gut as Naruto jumped back, as Neji fell over. Neji's view and blocking is amazing. His durability, though, is not that great. Imagine a stone just punching you again and again in your stomach. Naruto then released the jutsu. As all the matches happen the same, we go to Sasuke's and all that. Sasuke actually has a 2-tomo Sharingan. And all that. So, then it happens with the sand. So basically we just see that Naruto versus Shikaku. Naruto then says, "I guess this is going to have to be my greatest art show ever," as he sticks out his hand as a dragon appears. As Naruto has about 80 pounds left of clay, he made this dragon ginormous. As then birds started to fly out of the dragon's mouth. As sand blocked it, but it got through. As it got into Shikaku's main core. As Naruto said, "Art is an explosion!" As Shikaku all melted, as Gaara was falling down. Naruto then released the dragon. And he grabbed Gaara, stopping him from falling that far. Yeah. He also, wait, hold on, give me a second. Okay, so, he then talking to Jutsu's Gaara. Not really, he just tells Gaara that he has family and he needs to live by that and all of that. He kind of has a nice side, but at the same time, he doesn't have a really, really nice side. Yeah. So then, Naruto, he then watches as he sees Deidara leaving, as Deidara waved goodbye and he vanished. So, it's time to find a new Hokage. Naruto obviously doesn't go, for reasons. Jiraiya brings back the fifth Hokage, Tsunade. Jiraiya tells Tsunade about his great idea about teaching Naruto. And Naruto was not having any of this. So she says, fine, you guys leave by tomorrow. He then said, okay. As he left a scroll behind, they noticed it after they were done talking for a really long time. As it read, if you're reading this, that means I'm leaving the village to go train by myself. Meaning, I will be gone for however long you're letting me. So, about 3 years. So, see you about 3 years. P.S. If I come back and that Sasuke prick is still here, and he says he's almighty because I've gone for a while, I'm gonna beat him to a pulp. Hate you all. She doesn't really like them all. And then it said, P.S. not Shikamaru Tochi. As then they finished it out, they're furiated. Naruto's already gone. I'm going to end it right there. I hope you all enjoyed this. I had a really fun time making this What If. It's not done. I'm going to do the 3-year time skip, obviously. But, how about this? Es Death, ES Death, whatever. I can't pronounce that. I'm stupid, like I said in the beginning. Put down your What If other than what if Naruto was betrayed. Because I can't really think of a good story for that. I'll keep on thinking about that. I'll make it a series once, but I just need you to choose another series. And for my 300K, for my 300, not K, for my 300 special, I will be doing this. So, I really hope you all enjoyed this What If. Oh, remember, I'll pick 2 people out of the bunch who suggest a What If. But ES Death is definitely one of them. I'm going to have to do. So I'll pick another. Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this. See ya.